Welcome to Wales Today. I'm Thomas David. The headlines. A court's heard the man who arranged footballer Emiliano Sala's flight enlisted a pilot who is neither qualified nor competent. And Budweiser says it will invest £100 million to power its brewery near Newport with green energy. Just one big announcement today on tackling climate change. Hello, good evening. A jury has been told that a man acted recklessly and dangerously when he organised a flight carrying Emiliano Sala. The footballer and the pilot David Ibbotson were flying from Nantes to Cardiff in January 2019 when the plane crashed into the English Channel. Cardiff Crown Court heard that David Henderson enlisted a pilot who was neither qualified nor competent. He denies endangering the safety of an aircraft. Nellie Bird reports.
The sea of flowers and tributes to the man who never got to play for the Bluebirds, Emiliano Sala. Today, key details were revealed about the organisation of the flight which should have brought him to Cardiff. It was organised by this man, David Henderson, shown leaving court this afternoon. Opening the case for the prosecution, Martin Gowsy QC said that David Henderson acted dangerously and recklessly when he arranged the flight. He said he knew that David Ibbotson didn't have the right licence or training to fly at night, and that 6 months before the flight he carried out 2 infringements picked up by the regulator. This is David Henderson in the exact same plane that Emiliano Sala was travelling in that evening. He didn't own it but had hired it many times. The court heard that following those breaches picked up by the Civil Aviation Authority, the owner of the plane said she didn't want David Ibbotson to fly it again. But within a month, Mr. Ibbotson was back in the pilot seat of the Piper Malibu. The court heard that David Henderson was in Paris as he arranged the flight. The prosecution say messages reveal he was aware of David Ibbotson's lack of competency in flying in bad weather. On the morning of the 19th of January, 2 days before the flight, David Henderson wrote that he was concerned about the weather, asking Ibbotson, "Can you shoot ILS? Can you blag IFR?" referring to the instruments in the plane to help fly if you can't see properly. David Ibbotson replies, "Yes, done it before." The jury were also read messages that were sent by David Henderson when he knew that the plane had gone down. He tells one person, "Bad news, Ibbo has crashed the Malibu." Questions may be asked about his flying. In another, he says, "Need to be very careful," opens up a whole can of worms. Keep very quiet. Emiliano Sala's body was found a month after the crash, after a lengthy air and sea search. The pilot, David Ibbotson's body has never been found. David Henderson denies a charge of endangering the safety of the aircraft carrying the 2 men. The trial is expected to last for 10 days.
With a major climate change summit in just a fortnight, there have been a series of announcements on plans to meet climate change targets, including plans for a brewery in Monmouthshire to become the first in the UK to be powered by hydrogen. Budweiser says the £100 million project, due to start in 2024, would fuel production, heavy goods vehicles and trucks at its Magor brewery.
We believe when it's built, it will be the largest green hydrogen project in Wales as of current announcements today. And we think it's a really exciting opportunity to show how using sun, wind and water, we can help to decarbonize one of our most popular and desirable household products and make it more sustainable and more pleasurable to keep enjoying it in the future.
There were 81 deaths registered involving COVID in Wales in the latest weekly figures from the Office for National Statistics. This is 17 more than the previous week. Meanwhile, the latest daily figures from Public Health Wales show there were 2 deaths of people with coronavirus. There are 3,200 new cases. An inquest has heard how a caravan fire which killed a 3-year-old boy and seriously injured his 4-year-old brother was probably caused by an electric fan heater. Zach Michael Harvey died of smoke inhalation in the blaze in Firefroes in Ceredigion in January last year. His father and brother both escaped. A coroner ruled Zach died as a result of misadventure. A man arrested on suspicion of sending a death threat to the Labour MP Chris Bryant has been released on bail. The 76-year-old from Pontycymer in Bridgend was questioned by police after it was reported by the politician. Mr Bryant called police after receiving the death threat via email. It comes in the wake of the death of Sir David Amess, the MP stabbed to death in Essex. A mother who lost her baby to a rare genetic disorder 17 years ago has decided to share her experience in a special digital exhibition. Sharon Gorvet was told during pregnancy that her baby had the condition trisomy 18 and wouldn't survive, but her daughter Sophie lived for 13 weeks. Sharon says she tried to give her the best chance of life and hopes her short film will help other parents facing the same diagnosis.
If I hadn't challenged some of the decisions, then we wouldn't have had that time at home with Sophie. We wouldn't have been able to make those memories. And that is what has got us through, the years since, Even though it was hard after bonding with her, I'm just so glad we got the chance to meet her and make those memories.
Football now, and Newport County have appointed Cardiff City's first team coach James Rowbury as their new manager. Rowbury, who was born in Newport, was a youth player at the club and has coached in County's academy. He replaces Mike Flynn, who left earlier this month. Well, the new manager was at Rodney Parade to watch his new club take on Carlisle in League Two tonight. It ended 2-2. Meanwhile, Wrexham are through to the first round proper of the FA Cup. After beating Marine 2-0, Wrexham will travel to Harrogate Town in the first round next month. A full check on the weather forecast for Wales. Here's Sabrina.
Hello there. It's been a rather unsettled day. We've all seen some rain at some stage today. We've had a peak wind gust of 54 miles an hour at Capel Curig in Snowdonia, but it's actually been really mild for the time of year. Our hotspot today was 20 degrees Celsius in Flintshire, but by the time we get to Thursday and Friday, all changes. We'll draw in some colder air from the north-northwest, and temperatures actually colder than these values when you add in the strength of the winds. So looking at the rest of tonight, then lingering rain clearing away to then allow for a brief drier slot, and then through the early hours, that's when we're going to see scattered blustery showers feeding in from the southwest, some of which could be on the heavy and thundery side. Still a mild night for towns and cities. Temperatures will remain in double digits and quite gusty in places, especially where you do catch any of these showers. Now, tomorrow does look to be an unsettled day. We're going to see showers or longer spells of rain working their way northeastwards across the country. Some of these on the heavy, possibly thundery side too. So there's actually a thunderstorm warning in force from 4 a.m. until midday tomorrow. Some of these heavy thundery showers and gusty winds could cause a few issues. Temperatures a shade lower tomorrow, but still close to or a little above average for the time of year. Now, across the rest of the UK, the blustery scattered showers will actually affect many regions. We'll also see some lengthier spells of rain drifting across parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland. It's also going to be pretty gusty in places, but still on the mild side for the time of year. Now, on Thursday and Friday, that's when we're going to notice a drop in those temperatures and feeling particularly cold, where we do have some brisk to gale force winds, and then wetter at times this weekend. That's your forecast.
And that's it for now. We're back in breakfast from 6:25 here on BBC One Wales. That's Wales Today from all of us here on the Late Team. Good night, Nostar.